in what I say you must obey. Good luck.
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. It's David Benavidez, 188 centimeters tall with a reach of 189 centimeters. And he'll be facing Dmitry Bivol. He's 183 centimeters tall, which matches his reach, which is also 183 centimeters.
We'll be talking about this fight for years to come. This is one of those classic fights that everybody wants to see.
It's the Mexican monster, David Benavidez, a two-weight world champion at both super middleweight and light heavyweight. Here comes Dmitry Bivol. Here's the man who took the boxing world by storm in 2022. He won the Fighter of the Year thanks in large part to his dominating win over... A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put... We're expecting an all-out offensive display. catch and shoot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Nice counter. Nice counter shot. Good counter punching. Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Oh, Bevo now, stumbling and bumbling. Is he gonna go down? No, we don't see a knockdown.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A perfect counter shot. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. There's that counter. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about David Benavidez. On to the second round. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Have to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That hook doesn't score. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. They're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Miss with that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. David Benavidez. There's the bell to start round 3. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter shot. Time they throw a shot, they get countered. Punch, counter punch. That counter shot lands. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Not a lot of defense here at all. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Well done with that counter shot. The Mexican Monster's in trouble.
Days, where should he look? What should he do? Should he...
No horn a second, Johnny. David Benavidez might be ready to go. How did they survive that? Did you see that? And it's survival time for David Benavidez. That was the moment.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make...
This round's still up for grabs with just 10. Pull it right there. And the Mexican Monster might be ready to finally go down. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt.
Here we go to the fourth round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. He threw a punch and just got countered. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. That jab doesn't find a home. Nice counter shot. Just missed with that hook. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That hook won't score. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about David Benavidez. On to the fifth we go. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what... How about that time counter shot? This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. You'd like to see more jabs. How nervous would you...
some plans. Want a forest, gotta water some plants. Normally ignoring the branch is par for the course, but when you hold a culture, you can't parkour over a part. You gotta march forth over your art. And for your fans, when you corner, gotta shorten your stance. Lessen your tails, Philly shell, don't orbit a dance. You hit a bell, then report to the band and do whatever that the chorus commands. And for the grand, talented all along. They were fortresses made of stone. We're just palaces made out of flesh and bone.
Welcome to Kingdom Arena. The Magic Man, Antonio Tarver, a multiple light heavyweight world. It's this bout. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. And that jab just missed with the left hand. Counter punching. Nice slip to avoid the jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Throws the jab and doesn't score. How about that time counter shot? So much pre-hype surrounding this fight, the fans are on the edge of their seats.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. He just misses with that jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get...
We've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Jab misses. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Counterpunch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
They exchange punches. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter punch. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. It's all offense all the time. from every angle. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Nobody home with that hook. Nice counter. Looking to land the hook. One punch could change everything in this battle. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
These two were made for each other. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Good counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Back at it in round 4. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Caught him. Stamina is off the charts. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Perfect counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
The bell's...
There's the bell to start round 5. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he scores with the counter. Miss with the jab. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Done with that counter shot. They threw the hook. It didn't land. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice counter shot. Tarver in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance. This is the beginning of round 6. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Miss with that jab. Those counter punches have to hurt. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That hook just can't find it. Down goes Benavidez.
Oh no, come on, get up! Get up, it can't be over! 1, 2,
well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. You got to wonder how... And there's the bell for round 7. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
That counter shot lands. Jab does not score. Catch and shoot. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Punch, counter punch. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Beautiful. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
This is when you took.
And there's the bell for round 8. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
His stamina is off the charts. Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T. Play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, is down.
Oh, what a shot. What, oh my goodness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
Look at his corner. Look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down. Make the most of the count.
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round.